Hello everyone. A very good morning to you all. I hope you all are doing well. Yes, I'm Pooja, your science teacher from Vistaslearning. I welcome you all for Vistaslearning. Yes, I hope you all are doing well on this morning and all are ready for our new session which we were all discussing in our chapter, that is coal and petroleum, right? Yes, let us wait a minute. Let everybody join by that time. Then we will go into a topic. Okay, so in our previous session, we were discussing about this particular chapter under 8th standard science subject, that is coal and petroleum, right? Yes. So what and all we were discussing? We will be talking about this, a quick review into all of this. And if you haven't watched the previous sessions, you can definitely go back and subscribe to our channel. Also, watch all of our other videos and understand different topics. And also you can subscribe to our channel and like and share the videos also. Yes, we will be going into the next topic in this session. In our previous session, we were discussing about how coal is formed and how petroleum is formed. What are the different forms of coal that we all have learned in our previous session? I hope you all remember, right? Yes, we were talking about the three types of coal. That is, one is coke, one is coal tar, one is the coal gas. Yes, we learned about all these three things. And also, I had told you all about how petroleum is formed and also how refining of petroleum is done. Because we all had discussed that petroleum is basically a crude oil which we are getting. That is actually a mixture of many things, right? It will be having petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, and also paraffin wax and many other things. We have to separate all of these things. Yes, separating all these constituents or materials from the petroleum raw material which we get is called as what? Yes, this is the refining of petroleum, right? Yes, we spoke about all of these things. And in today's session, we will be talking about how natural gas actually came into existence. Yes, in today's session, we will be talking about how natural gas actually, what are the different types and what are we going to use it? Where are we going to use all these particular things? We are going to learn about all these things in today's sessions. So I hope you all are ready, right? Yes. So then why to wait? Let us go into the topic and try to understand what are natural gas and how do we use it and in what and all places we are going to use it. So as I can see, Atulya is joined. Good morning, Atulya. And we were talking about the natural gas, right? Yes, you all might have seen this particular type of an image which you all have seen in your kitchens, right? Yes, in our homes also, in many places, we are using this particular natural gas. So then what is it about the natural gas? So basically, whenever India is actually a vast reservoir of the natural gas, we are getting this particular natural gas in India on a vast basis. Yes, this is actually stored under high pressure. It is compressed and stored. It is in high pressure. That is why it is got compressed. That is actually called as the compressed natural gas. We all might have heard about CNG, right? Yes. Then what is CNG? That is nothing but compressed natural gas. Yes, this particular natural gas which we all are getting naturally as one of the resources that we are taking it under high pressure, we are compressing it and we are making use of it in many other places. Yes, as you all can see, natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas. That is nothing but the CNG, right? Yes, particularly this particular compressed natural gas, we are using it in multiple places. And this is mainly used for the power generation purpose. Yes. So whenever there is a need of power which we have to generate, that type of places, we are using this particular compressed natural gas as one of the source of fuel. Yes, nowadays you all might have seen that compressed natural gas, we are not only using it in our kitchens or homes or factories, everywhere it is used for the fuel purpose. Nowadays we have started using compressed natural gas CNG as one of the fuels for many of our vehicles. Why? One main reason, it is because it is very easy to transport. Yes, this compressed natural gas can be transported through pipelines. Yes, we make sure we will lay the pipelines, and this is easily transportable from one place to another place with the help of these pipelines. And also, one more special property of this compressed natural gas. Why are we preferring to use compressed natural gas? Can anybody let me know if you all know the answer? I'll be waiting for all of your answers. Yes, you all can let me know if you all know the answer. Why are we preferring compressed natural gas or CNG for our fuel purpose? I'm waiting. I hope you can definitely guess what is the answer. Why are we preferring it? Think about how actually is all the fuels are causing us troubles, and why do we prefer any other fuel modes? Because we all are understanding that this particular fuels which we all are using, petrol, diesel and many other things, are becoming one of the reason of air pollution, right? Yes, think of this point, and then you all can give me an answer why we are preferring compressed natural gas or CNG nowadays more in term other than petrol and diesel. I'm waiting for all of your answers. Okay, that I just now give you all a hint that this particular fuels which we all are using, when it could be petrol, diesel and many other things, they are becoming a reason for our air pollution, right? Yes, but this particular CNG, that is the compressed natural gas, is the purest form of fuel which we all can use, and this could be very less polluting. Yes, this is the one of the main reason that we all are going to prefer compressed natural gas as our fuel mode, because it is a clean fuel, it is very easy to transport, and it will not pollute our environment as many other fuels does. Yes, because whenever we are using any of the things, natural resources or any of the materials, we have to make sure we will not affect our environment, right? Yes, that is the reason you all might have seen nowadays that in the auto which you all travel, nowadays they are using this particular compressed natural gas as one of the fuel. And also nowadays many other vehicles which are coming, may it be car and bikes, they also trying to come up with these particular ideas where they can use this pure form of fuel, because it is very important that we will make sure along with us, we also have to make sure we'll keep our environment nice and safe also, right? It has to be clean and safe. Yes, so this is about the compressed natural gas which we all are learning. Yes, as I was just telling you all, it is being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is not polluting, and also it is a clearer form of fuel. And we were talking that the great advantages of CNG is that it can be directly used for burning in home and industries. Yes, as I was just telling you all, we can use this particular thing as a fuel directly for burning directly in our homes and also in our factories. Yes, because there might be other types of fuels which we all are using that has to be refined or many other things. But when it comes to natural gas, it doesn't have any such things to be done. We can directly use it in our homes or in our factories which we all are using. Yes, as I can see, Yashwant is joined. Good morning, Yashwant. Okay, now that we all were talking about this particular compressed natural gas. And as I said, this particular compressed natural gas is also used as a starting material in the preparation of many chemicals and fertilizers. So these could be the uses where we are using it as one of the fuel where it is very clean and it is easy to transport. And also we can directly use it for burning purpose in homes and also in factories. And also we are using this natural gas as a raw material or a starting material in the preparation of many chemicals and also fertilizers. So I hope you all have understood about the compressed natural gas and also how we are using natural gas in many other places. Okay, then we'll move on to the next topic, that what we all are going to look into. Yes, you all can see nowadays we all are using compressed natural gas or CNG as one of the mode of fuel for our various purpose. Yes, I have a question for you all. Let us have a think about it. What is the question is, can coal, petroleum and natural gas can be prepared in the laboratory from dead organisms? This is a question for you all to think. Yes, you have to think over it now that we have understood about coal, petroleum and natural gas. Think over it because we have learned that these are fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels also? There comes a question then. You all have to think, what are fossil fuels? Yes, these are formed from the dead or remains of a living organisms, right? We have understood about this. So, if we have a dead organism with us, if we have a dead organism or any animals or vegetations, can we prepare coal or petroleum or natural gas under laboratory frame? Think over it. Remember all the points that we all had discussed, and then you all can give me an answer. So what might be the answer? I'm waiting for all of your answers. Anybody could let me know in the comment section. So what might be the answer? Can we prepare in laboratory frame? So basically, how many years these coal and petroleum or natural gas took in order to get formed? We have discussed about it, right? Yes, actually these particular things will take and hundreds of years, sometimes thousands of years in order to get prepared. We understand these are formed from the dead living organisms which are dead because they are called as fossil fuels, and we cannot do them or prepare them in the laboratory frame. Yes, we cannot prepare them. That is the answer. Yes. So as I can see, Poco has joined. Good morning. Yes. So we cannot prepare them these coal or petroleum or natural gas in the laboratory frame because it takes so many years for them to get formed, and those conditions of very high pressure, very high temperature, we cannot create at our laboratory frame, because since these are the natural resources, this takes a lot of time for them to get converted. Yes, as Popo is telling, it takes 100 years. Yes, it will be taking 100 and more than years for them to get formed. So can we go take a dead living organism, a dead organism, and sit at our laboratory and wait for 100 and many years? It will get converted into coal and petroleum. I will wait. Can we do that? No, right? Because the conditions which are there inside the earth's surface deep down, with that is high pressure, higher temperature and many other things, we cannot create in our laboratory frame, right? Because we cannot be in such frames that is very high pressure, very high temperature. We ourselves cannot sustain those particular environment. That is why it is not possible for us to create this particular coal, petroleum or natural gas in laboratory frame. As we all can see the answer, no, their formation is a very slow process and conditions for their formation cannot be created in the laboratory. So I hope you all have understood that we cannot prepare this coal, petroleum or natural gas in laboratory frame. Yes, so this is about the different topics, that is the coal and petroleum and natural gas that we all are discussing. So if there is any doubts or clarification, you can definitely ask me in the comment section. We will have a discussion about that. And now that we were talking about all of these natural resources, right? So we will understand how we have to use them, in what way we have to use them. Before that, any clarifications, you can definitely ask me in the section. So I hope you have all understood the different topics, and then we'll move on to the next topic then. Yes, you all can see a picture behind me, right? Yes, one side it is such a nice picture where it is full of greenery, the land is very good, the atmosphere is very good. And on the other side, you can see the land is not at all good. The environment is not good. So you all can see the difference very well, right? Yes. So these are the conditions which we might get into. The second part of the picture which you all are seeing, the bad part of the environment or the not good part of the environment which you all are seeing, we might get into those types of situations if we do not save our environment, and also if we do not have a control over the things which you are using, the natural resources which we all are making use in our day-to-day life. We have to make sure we will have a control over them. It is whenever it is necessary, absolutely necessary, that is when we have to make use of those things. Unnecessarily, we should not use those resources, because we have learned that few of the natural resources which are available, they could be exhaustible resources, right? Yes, we have understood that this could be the, many of them are could be exhaustible resources. If we keep on using them unnecessarily, later part of our future, or the future which is coming, the next generations which is coming, will not be having any of these natural resources, and we might get into such bad situations. Do we want our loved ones, our family, friends to go into in such generations, or such generations to go into such place or such difficult environments where they cannot live? The survival becomes very difficult, because nowadays we all are seeing for water how difficult it is to get water in most of the places, right? Wherever we are, if we are getting water in a proper place or in proper way, we are lucky enough. There are multiple places where people are struggling for water, right? Even though it is a natural resource, there is a deficiency of water in many of the places, right? Yes. And also when it comes to this coal, petroleum and natural gas, these are exhaustible natural resources, we all know, because these are found from the dead remains of many of the organisms which took hundred of years, and it will not be there forever, right? Yes. So it is very important we make sure we use all of these materials or the raw materials, natural resources, in a very controlled manner, and only when it is absolutely necessary. Yes. So as I can see, Shriju and Popo are also agreeing to this point, that we have to make sure we will be using all these natural resources in a wise way. Yes. So you all can see this, right? So this particular type of land, what can we grow in that? Or how can we survive in such high temperature, or this type of environment? It becomes very difficult, right? And as we all are polluting our environment very much, because the petrol, diesel and many other fuels which we all are using are becoming a source of air pollution, because you all might have experienced this. Whenever you're traveling, you're on the road, whenever you're going anywhere, you see that the pollution is so much nowadays, because the vehicles have been increased, the need for these fuels have been increased enormously, because of which the temperature of our environment is increasing. It is causing into air pollution, global warming and many other things. We all know the consequences of global warming. It could be as dangerous as it can. Yes, that is why we have to make sure we use all of these natural resources in a limited manner, and also only when it is absolutely necessary. Yes. So you all can see that burning of these fuel is a major cause of air pollution. Their use is also linked with the global warming. Yes, because as the temperature is increasing, there could be chances that the ice glaciers will be melting down and the water contains the water bodies which we have, the water starts evaporating. So in the future, in the coming generations, they will not see any of the water, or it might be very difficult for them to survive in such critical environments. Yes, so it is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when it is absolutely necessary. So I hope you all have understood this point and you will all be using these particular fuels and everything only when it is necessary, and you all will not pollute our environment, right? Yes. So now that we have understood, it is very important for all of us how we have to use all of this particular things, the natural resources, especially the exhaustible natural resources. Because once it is getting over, we might have to wait for hundreds of years for them to get formed. So it is a huge time which those people who are there in that time will not be able to use such resources. Yes. So now that we were talking about we have to save the fuel and also we have to save our environment, how can we do this? So let us try to understand then the tips to save the petrol, diesel and many other fuels which we all are using. So the first one could be drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Yes, whenever we are driving, let us make sure we are driving at a moderate and a constant speed so that it will also help us to save our fuel which we are using. And the next thing could be switch off your engines whenever you are there in any traffic signals or whenever there is a situation where you have to wait. Yes, we all will be traveling, we'll see a traffic signal which will be there for 120 seconds, 180 seconds, sometimes 100 seconds. That time, switch off your engine. It's okay. We can switch on our engine again, right? Yes, after 100 seconds, switch on your engine and then you can travel as you're doing. So that will also save the fuel which you are using. It might sound like, okay, it is only 100 seconds, what difference it might make? No, it will make a difference because those 1 minute, 2 minute gap which you are switching off your engine, you can actually save the fuel. May it could be very little, but you can save, right? Yes. So little also you can do well, you have to do well because little will only gather together to make a big things, right? So I hope you all will be following all those things in your future and upcoming days. Yes, and as the next point would be ensure the correct tire pressure. Whenever you're having any vehicle, make sure your tire pressure which are there with your vehicles have to be proper. So whenever you're going to get the fuels, you all might have seen that they're actually there. They will check the tire pressure, and if it is not good, you can also refill that there also, right? So you all might have observed. If not, when you go to any petrol bunks or anything next time, definitely have a check. There you will have this type of machines where you can have check the pressure of your tires, and also you might have heard your father or brother or anybody who is driving checking about this, and also they will make sure they'll fill the air to the tire, right? Yes, this is also one such important thing. And the next point would be like ensure the regular maintenance of your vehicles. Yes, as we are talking about we have to be good, the environment have to be good, you have to make sure the vehicle which you are using should also be very good, right? So make sure on a regular basis you are keeping your vehicle clean, and also make sure the service for them it is done on time because they should also be very good in order they can perform well. So this could be the different tips to save the petrol and fuel and many other fuels which you all are using. So I hope you all have understood about the different topics that we all are getting in this particular chapter. So now that we all finished or come to the end of this particular chapter, that is coal and petroleum. Now what is the next session? Yes, it is absolutely the question and answer sessions. We will be looking into few of the question answers which are coming from this particular chapter, so that we all can wind up with this particular chapter and you all can go back and revise into the complete chapter. So then all are ready. We are going to the question answer session then. Okay. The first question is, the process of separation of different constituents from petroleum is called as what? We have discussed it today also, we have revised it. So I hope you all will be knowing the answer. So what is the answer? What is the process of separating the different constituents of the petroleum is called as? Yes, the answer would be refining of petroleum. Yes, this is actually one of the important questions which you all have to remember. What is refining of petroleum? That is the process of separating the different constituents which are present in the petroleum. Yes, the next question is, the least polluting fuel for vehicles is what? Which is the least polluting fuel? We all had discussed about it today only, right? So I hope you all are guessing the answer correctly. Yes, the answer is compressed natural gas. It is less polluting because it is the cleaner fuel. The next question is, coke is almost the pure form of carbon. So when we were talking about coal, we also spoke about it is actually a true or false questions. You have to let me know whether this statement is true or false. Coke is almost a pure form of carbon. Is it true or false? What is the answer? Okay, if you are guessing it as true, then you are right, because coke is the purest form of carbon. So I hope you all have understood about these three simple and important questions which are coming from this chapter. Because which is the less polluting fuel, which we all have to know, and which is the pure form of carbon, which we all have to know, that is coke. And what is refining of petroleum is also important, because from which we are getting the different constituents of the petroleum, right? Yes. So I hope you all have understood all the three questions. So the next question is, coal tar is a mixture of various substances, whether it is true or false. What is the answer? You all are remembering our previous session where we were talking about coal tar? Yes. So what is the answer? Whether it is true or false? You all remember we were discussing that coal tar is a mixture of 200 substances? Yes. So this statement is true or false then? Yes, the answer is true, because we all just now spoke about it. Coal tar is a mixture of 200 substances. So this statement is a true statement. So let us go to the next question then. What are the three different types of coal? Yes, we were talking about the three different forms or types of coal. What are they? When you all can see, the answer is already there. One is coal tar. So what are the other two then? Think about it. You all have to give me the answer, because we have just discussed these topics in our previous sessions. So what is the answer? There are three main things under coal. Types or forms of coal. One is already there. The answer is coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Yes, these are the three different kinds or types of coal which we all learnt about, right? Yes, go back to our previous session, watch the complete video, you will understand about coal and all the three different forms of the coal. Next question is, What are exhaustible natural resources? Yes, we were talking about the natural resources. In that we have two types. One is inexhaustible natural resource, another one is exhaustible natural resources, right? Yes, then what are exhaustible natural resources? I'm waiting for all of your answers. Okay, let us see the answer then. Yes, as you all can see, the amount of these resources in nature is limited. These are exhausted by human activities. So these are called as exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources is very less and they could be exhausted from the human activities. So such type of resources are called as exhaustible natural resources. So I hope you all have understood about these three different questions also. Yes, give two examples of exhaustible natural resources and inexhaustible natural resources. Yes, you all can see the answer. For exhaustible natural resources, we spoke about coal, petroleum, natural gas and many other things, right? This whole chapter was about them actually. And what are the inexhaustible natural resources? As you all can see, it could be sunlight, water, air and many other things. So I hope you all know the difference between exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources and try to remember one or two answers or the examples for those type of natural resources. So as you all can see, these could be the answers or the examples for exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. You can note down all of these points so that it will be easy for all of you to revise once. So we'll move on to the next question then. Yes, what are the tips to save petrol and diesel? We all have seen this particular answer in today's session only, right? Yes, so I hope you all will be following them also and also remember them. Yes, the answer is drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the switch off the engine when you are in traffic lights are on and also when there is a situation where you have to wait. Ensure the correct tire pressure and ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. So these could be the answers where it is the tips to save the fuels or the petrol and diesel. So note down all of these points, also remember them and try to revise about all of these topics. So these could be the few of the important questions which you all can get in this particular chapter. So I hope you all have understood about the different topics in this particular chapter. And also, if you have any doubts or clarification, you can definitely reach out to us at our website. We will be always there to help you all. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel and watch all other video sessions which we have starting from 1st standard up to 10th standard. And for 8th standard science, we have completed the 5 chapters already. Yes. In our upcoming session, we will be going into a whole new chapter again. So go back and revise to all the other chapters which you all are there. In our next session, we will meet and we'll start a whole new chapter. So until then, thank you all. Keep learning.